my name is ZeBirdBrain, and today we are talking about paperless animation. So last week we saw how useful the model view could be, but the model view, it's more than just a fancy picture viewer. There's more to learn about that, so today we are making ourselves our very own color model templates. So what are color model templates? That's what we're going to find out with this little asset here. So this week again, I will borrow Lackadaisy's assets and characters. Lackadaisy is an amazing short film and comic created by Tracy G. Butler, and we are currently making a short film about the comic. So please check it out. I have some links in the description below, and have fun checking this out because it's pretty cool. So what is a color model? A color model is a drawing here that you have. You cleaned it up using the right textures. So for Lackadaisy, we are using our very own texture for the line. I cannot share that, it's for the movie, but you can make your own. I have a tutorial about it that I can share in the description below. So in the color model template, you have to clean your drawing using the established line of your project. You also have to use the right colors. So you're gonna have your line art layer with the right color, and then on the color layer, you can place all the colors that you need. And then when you save this as a template, you'll be able to import it in your scene. And your color palette that you made that is attached to that drawing, you'll be able to import it in any scene that you want. So a color model is like if you were animating in real life, you would have your little basket with all your little paints for your character that you could bring to your desk to be able to color it. And this includes texture because we are in a digital world. So before you get started, make sure that you have at least a character sheet with the chosen colors. So I have mine right here. And if you have any lineup or other indication about your character, this will also be useful. So for Freckle here, I took the colors, of course, but I also included other drawing, like maybe specific part or things that are a bit harder to draw about that character. So a color model is like a little Bible that you can give to your animator that they can bring in their scene to be able to use it in their model view. So when they open their scene, they'll be able to go to model, just bring this in, and have it to be able to animate. Alright, so this is my new scene, it's all new. First, what you need to do is import your reference. So you can either copy-paste it from the internet, or you can just import it like that. I import as a Toon Boom bitmap drawing, because if you keep it as an original bitmap, sometimes inside the OpenGL view is going to look bad, so I always try to import it as a Toon Boom bitmap drawing. Now, create a new layer, and this will be the template layer. To follow the naming convention of our movie, I'm going to call this one MOD for model, underscore Freckle, so it's FRCK, underscore 01. After that, all you need to do is clean up your character. So I'm just going to clean up his eyes because I don't have that much time. Now what you need to do is to color it. So to color it, before that, you also need to create your color palette. If you want to know more about color palettes, you can check out my other video. That's why I made this kind of a three-parter. I'm just going to assume that I did my palette. And then all you need to do is paint your drawing. So I'm still going to create color from line art. Click here, go to my color art, and just put the colors. So this is his pupil color, his eye white. And then when the people import that in their scenes, they'll be able to color pick directly this, and it will give them the right color in the swatches. So for things that could not always be visible or a bit harder to reach, like small details, lines, or colors that you don't see, like sole of the shoes, be sure to create some nice big shapes. I usually use squares, so that people can click on them very easily when they color. So instead of zooming in to get the pants line color, you can just click on that big rectangle. So that's also something that is important to consider when you do your color model. So what does a color model template usually include? It usually includes the color pick me page. That's why I call it. It's where I put every color that you'll need for that character. So I usually find a nice pose that can fit into the rectangle, and then I just put the colors on there. If there's any specifics, like for the ears, I know that the front is like that, the back is like that. I also include both. For close-up, we have a gradient on the eye. I will also include that. So you try to cram as much as you can on that page so that your animators have less pages to scroll through to find their colors. And if something cannot be seen, like I said, just do these little rectangles that people can just click on. Very important for lines and unseen details. After the color pick me page, I usually go and put the character rotation, and I also include other things that could be useful to my animators. And here I have the full model sheet, and I have some little images that other people can use. So full model sheet, accessories, dynamic poses, and if you have vehicles, it's always good to have the size of the characters that you can refer to. Alright, but the only place that the artist will be able to color pick is with the color pick me image, because these are just bitmap. If I color pick them, I get no colors. Alright, another thing you have to think about is that you don't want them to be too heavy. So usually I will get maybe the full res only for the full model sheet, so that my animators can go through it and really like zoom inside to find what they need, if they need to look for something. But for the other pages, I usually take screencaps using the snipping tool of my bigger image, and then I just copy-paste them in Harmony because it creates smaller files. So now I'm just going to show you how it would work when you import it in a scene. So because you use the color palette of the character and the texture is there as well, then when you open a new scene, you'll be able to go get your color model here, and when you import it, like that, you'll be able first to put it in your model view, of course. But what it will also do is that if you have a texture attached to the line of the character, you will not need to go into like tool properties, to go into the little arrow here, get your window, go in texture, and import your new texture in every scene. What you'll get is that when you import the template, the texture will also be imported. And for color models, you can have as many pages as you want. I just advise to keep it light and to have the first page be the color picker so that people can just use it. Alright, so I hope that this is going to be useful in your project and that you have fun trying it out. Let me know in the comments below what else you would like to learn, and if you used it, please let me know as well. I'm going to go check it out. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye!